All right, as you guys have probably already heard from an injury update standpoint, so Gabe, Taylor Rapp, Christian Bedford, Balin Spector all are ruled out, and the rest of them at least have a chance to play, and we'll see how today and the next couple of days unfold here.
What do you need to see from Terrell to make you confident that he can go?
Well, he won't practice today. I think more than anything, it's going to come down to what he looks like throughout the rest of the day and evening tonight, and then into Saturday, and then we'll go from there. Yeah. No, I think it happened just early part of the in the game, but it showed up a little bit in a day or two after, so it wasn't something we were aware of right after the game there, and so he'll be out there in some capacity today. It'll be limited at best. I don't think so, but we're taking it one day at a time.
With all the injuries all season, how much has it forced you to alter what you want to do defensively?
I give our guys a ton of credit, John. It's really the way that they've taken the bull by the horns and said, "Hey, we're gonna figure this thing out," and that takes special people with special mindsets, and they've just done a phenomenal job with that all season, from the beginning up until this week. I'm sorry, Kim Lewis, yeah. Well, it's not easy, right? When you're playing more than one position, in some cases for him, 3 positions, and if you add special teams on top of that. So just a tremendous young man that, as I mentioned before, mature beyond his years. He's a class act, and came from a great program at UB there with Coach Leipold, and we're just happy to have him here with us. And the way he balances all that, plus his life outside of football with his family, is very impressive.
Where's Taron in the protocol?
He's still in the protocol. Yeah.
With Terrell, we had talked to him during preseason about how he was able to get so many mental reps, and that was key to him being able to still have a starting role when the season came around. What have you seen out of him, when he's not able to practice? Like, what's he doing this week to try to be ready in case he is to play?
Every time I've been around him, he's just talking football like he always does. He loves football. He loves to compete. He's one of the leaders. Again, you think about as a second-year player that really didn't play last season on defense, that is, to come in and do what he's done, yes, but also become a leader, not just with example, but also with his voice. And I think that says really a tremendous amount about who he is and who he's developing into.
Coach, you faced the Chiefs quite a bit in Arrowhead. You finally get them here at Highmark Stadium in a playoff game. What do you need from Bills Mafia this weekend on Sunday night?
And I just talked about this on the radio a little bit, Maddie. I mean, they've got a great fan base, and we've spent a considerable amount of time out in Kansas City at Arrowhead Stadium, and you can hear their fans. They play a part in that stadium, in that team, in that organization. Our fans do the same, and I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing Bills Mafia showing the NFL community what we're all about here and what they're all about. Something I've gotten a chance to see over the last 7 years, and I can't wait for them to play a part in our game Sunday night.
Do they look different than they did the first time you played them, the way they're playing?
I think everybody looks a little bit different, right? But then there's things, I'm sure they're looking at our defense and our team saying there's, as much as we've evolved, we're still the same in some regards. So it's a little bit of both, I would say.
Sean, yesterday Vaughn was asked, games like this, is this why you were brought in? And he point blank said, yeah, essentially to that effect. I'll ask you the same thing. Is this moments like this why Vaughn was brought in?
I would say yes. I mean, really, that's why we're all here, right? You come to the Buffalo Bills to play in games like this. It doesn't get any better than this. 2 great teams, 2 great organizations. I'm extremely proud of where we've come from and where we are today in the last 7 seasons. and that's where we belong. That's where the Buffalo Bills belong in that conversation, like the Chiefs are every year. It should make for a great contest on Sunday night here.
Coach McDermott, what makes Coach Reid's team so hard to scheme against, especially in the playoffs?
Oh, he's one of the best coaches that has ever coached the game. Certainly I'm biased. I've been around him. Learned a lot from him. But at the same time, he continues to evolve. He continues to scheme. He continues to come up with, just intricate and detailed ways of making what he does better than anybody else on offense in particular.
I did talk about yesterday how no matter who's out there on defense, even if it's younger guys, they're not getting extra help. There's confidence that they can do their job.
Yeah.
What is it about this group where different guys have had to step in at different times, different positions, and it's worked out? Like, what is it about this team?
Yeah, just resiliency overall. They're very resilient. It's just something that's in their fabric. I feel like it's in their fabric. It's in their DNA, and it's become our team's DNA. Really, with next man up, we'll figure it out, and that's. I think you can accomplish a lot when you have that type of attitude.
How has T-Dot come through the practice this week? And if Bernard can't go, how integral is he to getting him back to what you're doing at that level?
Yep. Yeah. No, he stepped up. Let's see. Today's Friday. I'm getting my days of the week straightened out here. Monday, I believe it was, and he just, although he was coming off of an injury, he's saying, "Hey, I'm ready to go." And that doesn't mean that he's 110%. That just means he's ready to go. And so we have great faith and trust in him and the players around him.
Where's the season for Sam Martin this week in terms of his progress, Sam Martin?
Yeah, it's been slow, just in terms of evaluating a punter is a little bit different than evaluating a position player on a daily basis. So I'm really banking on the feedback he's giving me and us, and the training staff and their communication with me on it.
Because he's one of one, does he have to be? We know you can make it through the full game. How much do you weigh that into whether or not it's him versus Matt Hawk?
Yeah, and not just for him, but the other positions as well. Is all the players want to play. They want to play in games like this. It's balancing who can go out there and function at the level that they need to function at for us to play winning football. And so, been around it before where a player gets out there and then at the end of the day they're not really able to perform the necessary skills to execute the job description. So that's the sweet spot we've got to find from a medical standpoint as well.
Coach, you talked about what Bills Mafia needs to do on Sunday, but today this is the second game in a row where they are out in the stands shoveling snow. What does it mean to the team that you have a fan base that embraces you guys so much?
Yeah.
And they're out there to make sure that you have the best experience on Sunday?
Yeah, unique, right? It's unique. I've been to a couple different places, so you get a chance to compare, and this place is unique from top to bottom. This is a special place to coach. It's a special place to play, and really a special place to live. And I think it doesn't get the credit it deserves from probably the rest of the country. But we'll take it, right? I mean, just when you spend some time in Buffalo and Western New York, you'll learn to appreciate it and love it, quite honestly.
Go ahead, Ken. Yeah, Coach, how have you seen Patrick Mahomes and this offensive ball as their personnel has changed?
He's a special player, and he makes those around him better. That's what special players do, and so we have great respect for his game and what he's been able to do with Kelsey and the two of them and the pieces around them. Like I've said before, what the pieces that they've added, and then how Andy puts those players in positions to succeed with his intricate nature and his creativeness. So he does a great job, and they collectively do a great job. All right, thanks, guys.